In his brilliant 2014 book, Seeing What Others Don't, Gary Klein tells the story of Martin Chalfie's 2008 Nobel Prize for Chemistry. Dr. Chalfie was studying the nervous system of a type of translucent worm when he happened to listen to a lunchtime lecture on the 1962 discovery of bioluminescence in jellyfish, which encouraged him to experiment whether he could insert the green fluorescent protein, which was responsible for the glowing jellyfish, into his worms. The results were extraordinary, allowing Dr. Chalfie to see the cells actually at work inside the worms. You may find it a bit of a stretch from worms, or even jellyfish, to major projects, but go with it for a moment. What would it be like if you could somehow inject the equivalent of this green fluorescent protein into the workings of your projects? At the moment, we endeavor to work out what's going on inside a project by looking at how much we've actually built, or how much of the code we have written, or where we think we have got to against our planned schedule. In many ways, that feels like trying to see what's happening inside the worm, simply by watching it wiggle. Often our serious reflections of what's happening and why are relegated to a lessons learned program that only kicks in once the project has actually delivered, which feels akin to Dr. Chalfie's prior research methodology, which was limited to dissecting the worms once they were dead. The good news is that we have been experimenting with our very own fluorescent agent, which we have implemented successfully with DEFRA and the Infrastructure and Projects Authority, as well as infrastructure and software projects as far afield as Central Europe and Australia. The approach involves tapping into the natural rhythm of project meetings to capture human-centric data on everything from predictions of likely success to project bias within the delivery organization, or even the balance of preferred working styles across the team, by asking those involved to rate a series of simple questions at the end of each project team meeting, and by then sharing the anonymized data back to the whole team within 24 hours of the meeting. We're able to allow everyone to see inside the workings of the project at the cellular level. This provides project leaders and teams with fresh insight, which they can integrate with existing project performance data and reporting, to shape decision-making in real time. Indeed, this process allows us to tap into the psychological DNA of the project, the emotions, perceptions, beliefs and values of those involved, and to track these over time. And since, as Gary Klein comments in his book, knowledge requires action as well as insight, we are able to use the results we generate as the basis for a series of co-created activities and interventions. Everything from a 5-minute discussion at the start of each project meeting to unpack what we are seeing, to changes to working processes, short, interactive workshops with some or all of the team, or elements for off-site away days. This is all about enabling the whole delivery team to contribute to the success of the project outcome, as well as to their well-being, and a continual cycle of team performance improvement. You can get a sense of some of the insights we have been able to generate, and how we have been able to support the growth in delivery team capability from this case study published by the International Centre for Complex Project Management. If you'd like to hear more, or would like to arrange a pilot to test the value and impact of this approach on a project or program on which you are working, please contact us via the website.